Yo, what is going on, y'all? It's your boy Vel, and we are back with another video. And I've been seeing all the jokes. Okay, I mean, y'all think you're funny. I see the old Vel been Professor X this whole time. Like, okay, I'm seeing them. So that's cool. You know what? What I'm gonna need you to do, if you think you got jokes, is send a picture of yourself to the Twitter, and next time I'm on stream, you're getting barbecued. That's gonna go. So listen, like, don't think it's sweet out here, but yo, for real though. On a serious note, y'all. I have decided on what we're going to do as far as the content is concerned. So when it comes down to the content, what I want to do is I want to make a channel called The Cavell Anderson Show. On this channel, that's where we're going to be covering crypto, NFTs, metaverses, all this stuff. And honestly, a lot of this stuff really ties back into Veve. What's bullish for the entire space as a whole is actually bullish for Veve. So as this space advances as the Web3 continues to advance and all this stuff, all of this stuff is going to start tying in together, and you all are going to see a lot more connections than you currently see right now. But I do like the separation and the fact that you all know when I upload to this channel, you're going to be seeing something Veve. I love that aspect of it. I'm still in love with Veve. I'm still in love with the project. And this channel was always a long-term plan for me because I know where the project is going. So that being said, I do want it to pretty much stay the same. So I'm going to add this type of new content to a completely different channel. That is going to be linked down below in the description if you all want to check out the type of content that we do over there. But yeah, that being said, hopefully you all enjoy this video. Let's get into it. Be sure to check out my Patreon for weekly exclusive interviews, extra content on Veve and Ecomi, and building generational wealth, as well as money management tips from experienced whales. All right, Joe, your boy had to put the hat back on, bro. Yeah, I can't give you all too much head in the same day.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
And I don't regret saying it. I don't. But nah, seriously though, we have some interesting news here from Reese as usual. Shout out to Essentially Crypto once again. He did an amazing job asking the right questions, bringing up a lot of great points from other influencers in the community as well. And we're actually going to be getting something based on data from Foster Hilt, where this actually led to an amazing conversation piece that's very, very important and critical to the future of Veve, obviously, and this is going to be massive for all of us in our investments. So this is very, very bullish for me. So yeah, that being said, let's jump straight into it.
Foster Hill, who's one of the Omi community, or you probably know anyway, he did a like a little video, and in that video, he compared the comparison cost of the fact of sort of starting with the web platform, I guess, and starting with having to pay Apple fees for the entire time. Now, I can't remember the exact numbers, but it was a huge amount. So what I'm wondering is why didn't you decide to start with the web platform at the same time as the app, so that way it offsets some of the cost instead of just going with the Veve app in the first place only?
Yeah, I mean, a few points of difference. And really, I think that building mobile first has made us as successful as we've kind of been in the last 12 months, 18 months.
I must admit, it is easier, isn't it? I must admit, when there's other platforms out there that are just web-based, and it's just hassle. Whereas on your mobile, it's just like dunk, and it's done, and it just makes it.
And also, we should point out that the Veve team is very, very small. The Veve team was small initially getting started. So it did come down to a choice between, do we want to do the web app or do we want to do mobile? So obviously, mobile was the right decision when you're under those circumstances. Now, obviously, if they could have done both, that would have been the greatest thing to do. But yeah, it wasn't really an option because of how small the team was. That's why we've struggled so much on the development side of things. And that's why they've constantly been hiring developer after developer, which Reese has also said throughout this video. So yeah, the team was just small, so they couldn't actually develop both at the same time.
You know, exactly. You can do it from anywhere, particularly as, you know, we have like a set drop time, but that is different depending on where you are in the world, right? So if you're at work, you can't pull out your computer and do this thing or that. So really, I think the choice to build mobile first was the right one. App Store fees we were aware of from day one. So yes, it cost us a lot, or, you know, it took a lot of revenue that came in, but it wasn't like it just kind of came out of the blue. You know, we had built a system to account for it. And now the web platform helps to open us up, but it also lets us offer different products, right? I mean, one, to start doing like the auctions, the one-of-one auctions and things like that David Yu has mentioned, we can't really do those in the phone app if you're limited to 300 gems per day, plus fees, plus whatever, right? It doesn't really do justice to the work or to the artist. So rolling it out this way isn't just part of the product rollout; it assists in rolling out new types of products.
So see, now that's massive. That's what's massive. So now this is going to be the introduction of one-of-one pieces coming to Veve, and this is when things are going to get crazy, because then I think that we're going to see such large amounts and whales fighting for these one-of-one pieces and stuff like that. I think we're going to see some crazy stuff where all of this stuff is going to be newsworthy. We're going to start seeing Veve stuff on Veve sell for these amounts, where it's going to start making the news and stuff more often. Like you see some of the other NFT projects go crazy. Oh, this NFT sold for this sold for that, this sold for that. I think that Veve can actually bring these licensed pieces, like one-of-one, just amazing pieces. I always bring up Mona Lisa because obviously that's one of the most iconic pieces that usually comes to my mind. But there's so many pieces like that. And then also, I mean, we obviously don't know if the Mona Lisa is coming, but it's not out of the realm of possibility that they can literally have one-of-one of that digital piece, and that would be insane. So I can't wait to see the whales start to play around with this and actually see what they're willing to bid for some of the stuff that's going to come to Veve, and what type of IP are they going to bring with their one-of-ones, because that's going to be amazing as well. But obviously the first drop for this new system, the first drop since being on the web app, I believe is going to be like the letters Veve, like the Veve letters. That's going to be the first thing to test everything out. And this is going to be the first time that they can actually keep 100% of the profit by people actually purchasing through the web app, as opposed to people just purchasing through the phone where they pay 30% to, you know, Apple and Google. So yeah, but it is great to hear that they accounted for that initially. They knew that, they planned it, they went into it knowing what they were getting themselves into, and it was worth the risk to them. And it actually did pay off. So that shows that it was the right decision for sure.
Which frankly, I don't think there was really a market for 12 months ago when we launched. It would have just been a bit of a waste on resources based on the size of our dev team as well, and the funds we had raised to really kick things off. So I think that's the logic behind it. And now we're at a point where we can roll out the web platform with all of the things that we've learned so far too, right? And it's the same when other platforms launch after ours. They've obviously learned things from us. Now we've seen them launch web first. We can learn things from them. So it's, yeah, I think it's been a very effective way to roll out this product.
And honestly, I like that too. I like hearing the fact that they know that competition is watching them, but the announcement that they are also watching the competition and they're learning from some of the things that the competition is doing well. Like that's exactly how it needs to go. That's exactly how it should be. I feel like the fact that they're not arrogant or egotistical to the point where it's like, oh, we're outselling all these platforms, we're better than them, they have nothing on us, our audience is the reason that these platforms are even successful. Like, I mean, you could argue that for HRO and Recur. Instead of having that outlook, they are really taking into consideration the thing that these companies are doing, and they're like, yo, like this is very valuable. Let's put that on Veve, because it was really, really good the way that they did it. So I like the respect there. I definitely like the respect.
One of the things you spoke about was 3 games specifically. Now, one of them I think was announced the other day, which is Epico Regal. For those who don't know, it's kind of like a Clash Royale type game, but it's a play to earn as well. So therefore, you can actually earn, you know, NFTs or you know, tokens or whatever for playing it. The other one, I think, if I'm right, I don't know if we're right or not, but I think is Fish, which is a blockchain thing, which is a great project. If you haven't got into it, you buy a fish and there's some kind of little fight that they're going to have between them. Now, incidentally, Epico Regal, I believe every time you buy an NFT or something like that, 10% of Omi gets then transferred back to the reserve wallet, which essentially means it's burnt. Is that correct? Yeah. Correct. Okay. So essentially it's burnt from circulating supply. And then, so that's Epico Regal. And incidentally, if you want to find out more about that, then we've got Kid Rolo. I think he's in the chat there. He does a great channel based around Epico Regal and all that kind of thing. So if you want to get into the game, great channel to go and check out. So check out his channel. And then you got Fish, which is blockchain even. And they're fighting against each other, the Fish in mech suits or something. And 50% of Omi is going to be burnt.
Yeah, I think he's now decided
he's going crazy.
He's not going to take anything from the game. I think 50% is being burnt, and the rest goes into daily Omi prizes and whatever else there too. Which he'll release more details, but this is just piecing together from what I've seen him kind of say on Twitter.
Exactly, on Twitter and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So if anyone isn't following him, definitely head over there and check it out. He did do an AMA yesterday where he spoke in a bit more depth about the game and the mech suits and all that stuff too. So definitely go check that out.
Yo, that's amazing. I had no idea Brock was doing that, man. Shout out to Brock McBlockchain, man. He does an amazing job for the community. He's always been one of the whales that actually helps out and shows love to the communities here. So shout out to him, yo. That's amazing.
You're a fish holder, correct? Oh, fish holder. You're
I am a fish holder.
Yes, yeah. I'm a fish holder. I only got one. I couldn't afford loads, so I'm not a huge what's it called, aper into crypto, but I get little bits here and there, I suppose is the best way to put it. So I've got myself one little fish, so he swims around his little tank, and you've got a little communicator, and you can talk with him and all that kind of thing. So
just like the portals that, so fish could go between tanks, so you just end up with other people's fish in your tank swimming around, and he's really, really pushing the limits of what can be done at the moment.
Definitely.
Blockchain and the law behind it. And such an awesome community, bit of an offshoot of ours from the early days as well. But to see them coming together and rallying behind that project, and now also able to use their OMI tokens in that, or they will be soon, is just more incentive to continue to grow this beautiful user base and community that we've started with. So shout out to Bob
and it's a 50% burn. So what can be better than that?
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, we're not naive to the fact that it's taking longer than anyone expected to get OMI into the Veve app, right? So being able to provide other ways and places to use those tokens on the way there, I think is great. I think it makes it way more fun, and just adds completely new utility in the play to earn space for the token, and that's always been the vision, right? We used to talk about this sort of 12 months ago, 18 months ago, about people always used to hassle me and say, why don't we change the token name to Veve token?
Everyone says that, yeah.
Right, which would have made sense if Veve was our only intended use for the token. But we obviously have plenty of other places and spaces we would like to see it, and it just wouldn't make sense to have Veve token in Features, for example, or in Epico Regal.
Now that's massive. That was huge. So they're thinking about the name of the OMI token because of the type of project that they want to expand into. So because they want to expand outside of just Veve, and they don't want, obviously some other brand, some other company would not want to be repping Veve if they don't, if they're a competitor or something, for instance. So the fact that they went with the OMI token, it gives us a lot more opportunity. And the fact that they were thinking like this initially, that's huge. That's very, very massive. And also, he's just acknowledged that they know that things is taking a while to get the OMI token within the Veve app, and they are focused on other things, other ways of bringing some utility to the tokens. And in the meanwhile, while we still wait. So, I mean, this is amazing. I mean, this is all stuff that we knew and kind of could assume, especially if you follow the team closely. You're constantly staying updated with what's going on. You know that they're working on things, but it is good to hear it. It is good to get that reassurance. So shout out to Reese for giving that.
So that way we can really separate the brands and start to build out more on the token side and more on the collectible side while integrating them. So just a little note there.
So that's the 2 games. There's another one coming. You don't tell me what one it is, obviously, because we probably released that information. But is it soon, or is it way down the line?
I think by the end of the year we'll see that one.
Okay, cool.
Later
and is it like a big company, or is it just because obviously Box not a huge company, but then Epico Regal is more of a more of a conglomerate doing the game essentially. So is it which side does it fall on? His side or their side?
I would say their side. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Bigger. Yeah, it'd be a bigger
Awesome.
one. They're not really ingratiated in the crypto space at the moment. But don't let that become rampant speculation. It's not.
Right.
We'll release details when they're close to.
Yeah, he already knew where I was going to go with that. He said, yes, they not the crypto. Ubisoft confirmed, Activision, Blizzard. Nah, let me stop. But that's actually interesting. That's actually Ubisoft is in the crypto space, so it couldn't be them. So, I mean, it's definitely a partnership with Fortnite. But no, I'm interested in seeing what it's going to be now. Now that we know that it's not even a crypto company, so they could be potentially bringing some other, decent sized game or brand into the crypto space. And it's not out of the realm of possibility because they have introduced a lot of amazing companies to this space, like even Disney. Like Disney was introduced, especially their NFTs and stuff has been introduced to this world through Veve. So it's amazing. It's amazing seeing what they've been able to do and the type of partnerships and relationships that they've built. So shout out to Veve for that.
So are they also like, in order to be a part of somebody who does something with Omi, for instance, do you also have to be a licensor on the app, or does it not matter? You can just be anyone who has an idea, and then you can just
anyone who wants to build with the token, integrate it, do anything like that is absolutely free to do so. The token's free and open market. Another reason why we maintain the Omi branding as opposed to Veve, so that it can sort of run its own race there. I mean, if anyone's watching and does want to use Omi for anything, right? I mean, these kind of deals, like, you know, incentivizing people to use the platform and then burning 10% of the Omi collected. I mean, we can do that for research subscriptions. We can do that for any other type of membership or affiliate program or things like that, right? So it's not just limited to gaming, although that is an easier use case to share with people. So if anyone wants to get involved or maybe see how they could integrate their token, I mean, reach out. We're always here to chat about that. And obviously anything like that helps the fam and helps your own bags.
So confirmation that Omi tokens coming to Pornhub is what I heard. Like, you can use it anywhere, man. Why not? I mean, Pornhub got to get with the ages. They got to get with the times, man. I would die. Like, come on, go ahead. Like, we need that.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, there you go. So there you go. If you've got an idea for me, then reach out. I'm assuming there's obviously some sort of process that you'll look at it and go like, what? No. And then
well, at the moment, technically not, right? I mean, if longer term, I'd love to establish some grants so that we can actually monetize and incentivize people to build these kind of platforms and applications. But no, I mean, you don't need my permission or anyone else's to put Omi in your app.
That's huge. So they want to give people an incentive to build with the Omi token. That's coming in the future. So this is amazing. This is why I love the fact that they're hiring a team fully focused on Omi, because there's a lot that they have to work on right now to get things to where it needs to be. But the fact that you're going to have incentives, like, because that's what it's going to be. Everything is going to be about utility. Why do I want to use your token over all the other tokens? And Veve already has the licenses. They have what Veve is tied to as it is. It's tied to something, or Omi is tied to something that's amazing. It's tied to Veve, but at the same time, it can come with its own benefits just having that Omi token and using that Omi token. So like the more of that they build in, where it's like, yo, we need this because this token is the best for these reasons. Like, the more that we have that, I think that like the better the token is going to be for all of us, man. So it's amazing that they're thinking like this, because I wasn't even thinking like this, you know. I wasn't thinking like having programs and stuff like that for the Omi token. So that's dope.
You just make it. The difference is, if I'm aware of it, we can lend a hand in designing if that's what people need. But also then we'll happily share it with the community, right? So you kind of get to bootstrap an early user base to your game or platform. We obviously get more uses for the token, so it becomes quite a symbiotic relationship there.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
All right, y'all. So there we have it. We're going to end the video here. This was a lot of information, a lot of amazing information, and a lot to digest. So yeah, we're going to just end it right here. Let me know what you all think. This was a lot of bullish information, in my opinion, yo. Like, essentially, crypto is doing an amazing job asking so many amazing questions and counter questions, like countering like some of the things that Reese is saying, and pressing a little bit more. So I like that. I like that energy. We're definitely getting a lot of information. And shout out to Reese for being able and willing to answer. So yeah, be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Yeah, I will catch you all in the next one. Peace out, y'all.